Welcome back to Beyond Yield. Thank you so much for joining us again and for being a part of the Beyond Yield family. Here on Beyond Yield, we cut through the noise, we focus on data, trends, and numbers that actually matter, so you can understand what's really happening beneath the headlines. And in this episode, we are going to talk about where did your money actually work over the last 10 years. Let me ask you a simple question. If you had invested your money 10 years ago, where do you think it would have done the best? Stocks? Gold? Debt funds? Most people have an answer in their head. But today, instead of opinions, we're looking at actual numbers. How different assets performed year by year over the last decade. And the results might surprise you. Here's the first thing to understand. There is no single best asset that wins every year. Between 2016 and 2025, returns moved sharply across equities, debt, hybrids, and gold. Some years rewarded risk, some years punished it, and leadership kept changing. That's the reality of markets. Let's start with equities. Mid-cap and small-cap stocks delivered some eye-catching returns. In certain years, returns jumped to around 45% and even higher. But there's another side to that story. There were also years when returns were flat or even negative. So yes, equities created wealth, but they didn't do it smoothly. They tested patience. Large cap stocks told a slightly different story. They still delivered solid returns in many years, including several years of double-digit gains. But the swings were smaller compared to mid and small caps. Think of it this way. Large caps didn't run as fast, but they stumbled less. Now let's talk about debt and hybrid funds. They didn't top the return charts, but they did something equally important. They stayed consistent. Returns were lower than equities, but far more predictable. Hybrid funds in particular sat somewhere in the middle, participating when markets went up and cushioning portfolios when things turned volatile. Gold behaved differently from everything else. Some years were quiet, but in periods of uncertainty, gold stepped up. And in 2025, gold saw a sharp surge in returns, standing out clearly among all asset classes. This reinforced what many investors already believe. Gold tends to shine when uncertainty rises. So why does this constant rotation happen? Because markets respond to global economic cycles, interest rate changes, and geopolitical events. When equity markets get shaky, money often moves towards safer and more stable assets. When confidence returns, risk assets come back into favor. This cycle has repeated itself again and again over the last decade. Here's the most important takeaway, especially for retail investors. If you bet everything on one asset, you had great years and very uncomfortable ones. But when assets were combined thoughtfully, the journey became smoother. Equities drove growth, debt and hybrids added stability, gold acted as a backup in tough phases. That's not theory, that's what 10 years of real data shows. So the lesson isn't about finding the next winner. It's about understanding that markets move in cycles and your money should be prepared for all of them. Because investing isn't about being right every year. It's about staying invested without losing sleep. This is Beyond Yield, where we simplify markets, cut through the noise, and help you invest with clarity. Until next time, stay curious and go beyond yield. Investments in debt securities, municipal debt securities, securitized debt instruments are subject to risk, including delay and/or default in payment. Read all the offer-related documents carefully.